The final exam is going to 3 are going to be easy. Hope? Absolutely. Always right here. I'm going to give you the answers on some other ones. Sure, I got a bunch of them. Come up here. Which one? 6 weeks ago.
Coach Aaron?
Yes, ma'am.
You have 2 boxes in the front office.
Hey, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what you do to label the triangles, Hope, the formula for cosine's on the board. It says x over r. So 4 goes on the x-axis, 5 goes on the radius. Y'all remember doing this?
Not formula sheet for that.
Hey, I'll make sure everybody's got formula sheets when it's time for the final. So Hope, to find the other side, remember our formula is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And remember, 5 is always, the hypotenuse is always the c. So what you're going to do, if I put 4 squared plus b squared equals 5 squared, what do you actually type in your calculator?
5 minus.
Yeah, 5 squared minus 4 squared. Do that for me, Hope. Give me an answer.
9.
Yeah, so the square root of 9 is 3, right? All right, Hope, we're going to do the other side the exact same way. We're going to look up the formula for sine. It says put y on top, r on the bottom. So y on top is 15 here, 17 there, and Hope, we're going to do the same thing. 17 squared minus 15 squared.
How do you know it's
Go ahead.
the places to put the numbers?
Oh, because the first time we did it, I gave y'all
The unit circle.
yeah, watch. It's like this.
I think some of you
Here it is. X is always there, Y is always there, R is always there. How about that? I'll just leave that on the board for you. You said it was what?
64,
Which is 8. Okay. You gotta take 5? Okay. You just hanging out with us? Gotta come here for a
I'm not,
formula.
will also help with this, like, it was like, tangents, or like, it was like, cosine, like, opposite,
Yeah.
adjacent.
If I need to put it on the board for you on the test, I will. I don't think we're gonna need that.
I do.
I don't think we need it on this. If we find something we need it on, then I'll put it up here.
I probably.
All right, so let's do this. Cosine is 4 over 5. What would sine be? Well, Hope, it says sine is y over r, so it'd be that one over that one. It'd be 3 over 5. All right, over here we got sine. What would cosine be over here?
8 over 17.
Yep, 8 over 17. And the only reason for writing those is so you don't have to look them up later. All right, so here's how we do the problems. All right, the first one says on number 24, we got to write down sine of x plus y. So everybody will need to have your formula sheet. I'll write it up here for you today. But your formula sheet has got all these formulas on it. So Hope, the formula for sine of x plus y looks like this. Sine of x, cosine of y. Y'all can just look at this. You don't have to write it down. Plus cosine of x, sine of y. And again, you're just going to copy that off the sheet of paper. Now watch how easy it is from here. You're going to plug in 4 fractions and then put it in your calculator. And Hope, where do we get the fractions from? You just look up here. Sine x is 3/5. Now if you guys would just write down this line, that's all you got to write down. Cosine y is 8 over 17. Cosine x is 4/5. Sine of y is 15 over 17. So, I don't know if this is that hard. I know doing the first one, it takes a while because you got to, draw your triangle and find all the fractions. All right, now plug that in your calculator and you got your answer. So, I got 3/5 times 8 over 17 plus 4/5 times 15 over 17. Somebody give me an answer. The rest of my calculator gave me 84 on top, 85 on the bottom. There you go. 84 over 85.
Willie ain't here?
Willie, that's what we were just talking about. Willie got burned real bad yesterday, Nathan. What do you think about Willie when you pray at night?
He got burned.
Willie's in the burn center in Jacksonville. He 4/5 over 17. Let's see if that's what I get. 3 over 5. 15 over 17. I got what Nathan's got, 77 over 85. Everybody good? All right, here's 26. I'll give you the formula. Sine of 2x. The formula is 2 cosine x and sine x. This one should be an easy one. Y'all plug it in, give me the answer, and we'll talk about it if we need to. All right, anybody got a question on 26 or 27? All right, go to 28. 28 is really fast and really easy. Is the function that they're giving you, is it odd, even, or neither? Well, guys, look at the exponents. What do you think? They're all even numbers, so that's an even function. That one's really easy. Won't take you 3 seconds on the final. 29 I messed up a little bit. Y'all see where it says which of the following is a relation? It's supposed to be which of the following is a function. So draw a line through the word relation and write the word function, F-U-N-C-T-I-O-N. All right, so when's it not a function? Nathan Willis, you remember? If it's got a number that repeats into x's, it's not a function. So let's look at A. Is A a function, yes or no? No, because look, 3 repeats, right? 3's used twice.
I thought
If any number repeats in the x's, the first coordinate, it's not a function. 3 repeats on A, it's used twice, mark it out. Not a function. All right, how about B? We got 2, 5, and 0. That's okay. Circle B, that's a function. How about C? We got 7, 3, and 11. That's okay too. So circle B and C on that one.
wait, they're functions.
B and C are functions. All right, those are really easy. Those won't take you any time. All right, so the longest problems on the whole test are 24 through 27 and 30 through 35. All right, so I'm going to go over, let's do 32 through 35 first. Then we'll go backwards and do 30 and 31. All right, so we did this, what, a month ago, 6 weeks ago? Your amplitude, all right, Nathan White, I remember this. The amplitude is the number in front of sine and cosine. So amplitude there is 5. All right, I remember this also, and I'll give you guys the formula sheet. Y'all won't have to guess, all right? Ernesto, the only ones that have an amplitude is sine and cosine. Tangent doesn't even have one. I remember that. What's the amplitude going to be on 34?
4.
What's the amplitude going to be on 35?
8.
Yes, positive 8, remember, because it's absolute value. I remember that. All right, Ernesto, also remember location change column. This one's easy. If it's got a -7 on the end, down 7. Keep going. What's the next one?
Up 4.
Up 4, up 3, down 8. Hey, that's probably going to be enough to help find some answers since these are going to be multiple choice.
So those right here, they don't need to be cosine sine?
Nope, that doesn't matter. All right, I remember this. The formula for period is 2 pi over k. I'm giving you the formula now. I'll just give you the sheet on the test. Tangent is just pi over k. And these are both 2 pi over k. Y'all don't have to write this down. I'll give it to you on the formula sheet. I just didn't want to run them off today. Some of y'all might still have them. I couldn't find mine. All right, so all we got to do, Ariana, is put a number on the bottom for k. Do y'all remember where the number is for k?
In front of C.
In front of the x right there. So this answer will be 2 pi over 2, which is just pi. All right, the next one's just pi over k. So what's the answer going to be? Let's see. Yeah, just pi over 6. So if I give you the formulas, I don't think y'all gonna have any trouble with this. All right, what's the next one? 2 pi over 8. You'll have to put that in your calculator. 2 pi over 8. Somebody punch it in.
4.
Pi over 4. I think that's right. And then the last one, 2 pi over 1. That could just be 2 pi. All right, so I think we can do that, especially if we look at it again tomorrow. All right, phase shift. Y'all remember this about phase shift? I remember if you don't have parentheses, you don't have a phase shift. I remember that. All right, so here's how you find your answer. Ariana, we take this number right here, and I flip the sign over. That'd be negative 80, and I divide it by this number right here. So negative 80 divided by 2 is negative 40 degrees. And that's how you do every phase shift. Take the second number, divide it by the first number.
33 doesn't have one.
Yeah, I've already drawn a dash on that one. It doesn't have parentheses, so it's no phase shift.
So I read your pi.
So the next one, what goes on top? Positive pi. What goes on bottom?
8.
Positive pi over 8. That's your answer. That won't simplify. All right, Ariana, what's 35?
2 pi.
I got to flip the sign, remember, so it'd be negative 2 pi on top. Over what? Over 1, so that's negative. All right, so I think y'all just got 1 or 2 of those. Filling in the chart. All right, 30 and 31. All right, this is where we got to go backwards. So I remember this. Ariana, it says write a sign answer. You put 5 in front, so 5 sign, and on the end I put minus 4. Now we got to fill in the parentheses. Y'all remember how to do that?
No, not completely because
All right, let me show you. What we do, you start off right here. That's pi over 1. You write it down. And you set it equal to the formula for period. It's going to be on your formula sheet that I'm going to give you. 2 pi over k. Now, cross multiply and you got your answer.
I just beat 2 pi.
So when I multiply this way, it's 2 pi.
K pi.
When I multiply this way, it's k and pi. How do I know what I got to divide by?
You
Divide by pi. Divide by pi, I got 2x. So y'all were really good at this a month ago or 6 weeks ago before Thanksgiving. All right, to find the other number, Ariana, I'd take this, 2 pi. Now, the formula for phase shift is negative c over k. But we've already figured out what k is. It's 2. So now it's negative c over 2. Cross, multiply, and divide that, you got your answer.
So it'd be 2 pi over 2
Let's see.
divided by negative 4.
All right, look, times these two, negative
No,
1
it'd
c.
be 4 pi.
That's 4 pi. What do I divide by?
Negative 1.
So it's negative 4 pi. All right, so we did 30. See if y'all can get a head start on 31.
It'd be 1 pi and negative 6c.
Yep. So what do I divide by?
Negative 6.
So it'd be negative pi over 6. Good, I'm glad we're done with those. All right, the next 9 problems are all quick and really, really easy. Extremely easy.
Don't you just use this trick for it?
We don't even have to do that. All right, y'all ready? Oops, wrong ones.
I don't know what radians are, but okay.
All right, so number 36 says 255 degrees. And they want y'all to change that and make it a radian. Well, here's the first thing. Ariana, if you look on the circle, and you'll have a circle, if it said 150 degrees, what's the radian for that? 5 pi over 6.
Okay.
So that's all you do is look at the circle, but this one's not up there.
It doesn't have it.
So what you have to do is times it by pi over 180 on your calculator when it's not up there. And that's a very easy problem, Ernesto. All you do is type it in. 255 times pi over 180 is, I got 17 pi over 12.
Don't you have to times it again or something?
Nah, I'm not making y'all do all that. All right, 37 is 315. Ernesto, this one, let's just look at the circle. 315's right here. What's my radian? 7 pi over 4. So if it's on the circle, you can just copy it off the circle.
Is 425 up there?
38, I doubt 425 is on there, so what do we have to times it by? Pi over 180. 425 times pi over 180. 85 pi over 36. So nobody's going to miss those. Those are really easy and really fast problems. All right, I can erase them.
No.
Let's go to the next one. What's 39 ask you to do?
Change it from radians to degrees.
All right, so look, now it's 5 pi over 2. Now it is a radian. They want us to change.
What, 180 over pi?
There you go. So now you just flip it and times it by 180 over pi. And what's the way you can keep that straight, Ariana? Look, I know the pi's have to cancel out. So on this problem, I know it's got to be 180 over pi. Put it in your calculator. 5 over 2 times 180.
So you can't put 5 pi over 2 times 180
Yeah.
over pi?
You can. The calculator will just cancel it out for you. I got 450 degrees. Somebody check that.
Got that.
40, same thing. I got 67 pi over 18. We're going to times it by 180 over pi. Let's see what we get. I got 670 degrees. All right, 41. What's it say?
This one, 35 degrees.
3 pi over 4. All right, Ernesto, on this one, I can just look at my circle because 3 pi over 4 is right here. The degrees is 135. So I'll probably give you some that are on the circle and some that are not.
What's a reference?
All right, what's a reference angle? Everybody always forgets what's a reference angle. But it's easy. All right, 42 says 115 degrees. Find that on the circle. It would be right here, wouldn't it? Y'all agree? All right, so to find your reference angle, Ernesto, all we got to do is subtract it from the closest x-axis.
Which is
180.
180.
So do 180 minus 115. Tell me what you get. 180. 65 degrees is your answer. That's how y'all do 43 and 44, same way.
So,
All right, so let's go to 43. 245 degrees. Where's it at? It would be right here.
it's closer to 180.
Still closer to 180, isn't it? So do 245 minus 180. Tell me what you get.
65.
65 again. All right, last one. Says 340 degrees. All right, now look. One thing you got to remember, Ariana, if this side is 0, if you go around, then that side is 360. Remember that? So you'll do 340, subtract from 360. That's going to give you 20 degrees. Remember the 360 is on the bottom side. So I think y'all should be fine on those. Those are 9 easy ones. On the back, remember, we are eliminating 47 through 53. I actually threw those off the final the other day. It's been so long since we've done that, I didn't want to go back that far. So we're just going to stop at 46. Now 45 is really easy. All right, let me show y'all 45. They're saying this is your sine, this is your cosine. Well, the first time we did this, I had y'all draw triangles, but I'm going to let you cheat on this one. You're not going to draw a triangle. Ernesto, the sine formula is right here. Y on top, R on the bottom. So that's your Y, that's your R. Cosine, X on top, R on bottom. Tangent is Y on top, X on bottom. So instead of drawing a triangle, why don't we just do this? Why don't you take the Y from here and the X from here and be done with it? Y'all understand what I did? I just copied the formulas and then I took the formulas Y over X. Why can't I take 5, put on top, 12, put on bottom? All right, now 46, we do have to draw a triangle. We can't cheat on this one. What lets you know on 46 you got to draw a triangle? It says first quadrant. So just like what we just did this. Cosine is X over R. So root 5 goes here, 4 goes there. How do we find the missing side again? Same way we just did. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So you'll do root 5 squared minus 4 squared and find an answer. I'm going to type that in. Root 5 squared minus 4 squared equals. Alright, hold on, I messed up. Alright, guys, I'm stupid. Did I copy it down wrong? What'd I do wrong? Hey, that's the C right there. So it's gonna have to be 4 squared minus root 5 squared. I'm sorry, that's my fault. You always gotta start with C. 4 squared minus root 5 squared. I got root 11. Either way, I'm just gonna leave it root 11. That's probably how I'm gonna leave it on the final two. Alright?
Sine would be y over.
Yeah, sine would be root 11 over 4. Is that what it's asking? I didn't even look. Okay, it's asking that. They're asking what is sine x. That formula y on top, r on the bottom. So yeah, it's root 11 over 4. Okay. All right, so we're skipping the last 7. So we got our first packet finished. We're going to start on the second packet, and then we'll take a break. Like I said, we'll probably just work about 30 more minutes.
What's the square root of
20? Put in your calculator to see.
I got it.
All right, so on this one, this is what I got. I got square root of negative 20. You can't type in negative 20, Ernesto. It's going to say domain error. So I just typed in square root of 20, and I brought out an I.
So it'd be 2i square root 5.
Yep. And then what do you do on the last step?
Simplify it by
Yep,
2.
divide them all by 2. That's what I did.